All right, we're going to be talking what our new GM needs to do different than Rick Spielman. All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupagus show. I'm One Bar with Lupagus. And before we get into what our new GM, Kwesi, has to do, remember, subscribe, like the channel. We're here every damn day talking Minnesota Vikings.
And there's still time to drop hashtag Skull in Your Hole. We have not done the drawing yet. We're doing it this weekend. We're going to get wasted. We're going to do a bunch of drawings. Oh, it's not just the triangle swag anymore. It's like the quintuple, sextuple.
I think it's a conglomeration of swag.
It is a conglomeration of swag. We got stuff from pick and shovelware, One Bar and Lupagus swag. It's going to be fantastic.
Vikings jersey
of your choice. Who do you want?
What else could you ask for? I mean, and also check out Pick and Shovelware, Minnesota-based company. Great shirts, great swag. Check them out.
Absolutely. So what does Kwesi have to do? Kwesi, I screwed it up again. I cannot get this thing right.
You'll get
different
it.
than Rick Spielman. We actually have 6 things he's got to do different than what we have had and what we've seen and what we're used to. How does he have to be different? And we're going to talk about it right now.
Yes, and as always, comments. We got 6, but we're going to miss on some things and some things that you will not agree with. Let us know in the comments. We love to read your comments. So let's do this.
All right, I'm going to start with this one. Rick Spielman was recently on a podcast, and he said he was drafting to try to fit these needs, different schemes, whatever, trying to find players who fit the schemes. No, we want Kwesi to do something different. Take the best damn player available. A great player can adjust to any scheme, right? Am I crazy to think this? I think a good player is a good player, and they can work to your players, work to your talent level, make adjustments there. I don't think you need to draft to fit a scheme.
Yeah, we've seen that for years. And whether we have 10 picks, 15 picks, we've seen how this has panned out in the past. I mean, I guess I get it to a point where you want to fit your scheme, but like you said, great players make it work. I mean, if a guard, I mean, let's just take the best player available.
Exactly.
Let's make them adjust. They can handle it. And I think our whole draft scheme is going to be completely different. And this will be a big part of it. So yes, absolutely.
And you said 10, 15, and we're talking another thing he's got to do differently. We want quality over quantity.
Quality over quantity. Let's not just hope to take 15 guys and maybe 4 of them contribute. I'd rather have 2 guys that contribute, but contribute at a very, very high level. Enough of this trading back 14 times in round 4 and round 5. Trade up. Let's get some studs on this team.
Yeah, and this is more like I think day 3 of the draft. I'd rather see 2 picks in round 5 than 7 picks in round 7. Or maybe, do what the Saints did that one year where they gave up their entire draft to get back in the end of the 3rd round to get that tight end Adam Troutman with us. I'm just saying, do stuff like that. Try to get that good player that you can get instead of just getting 12 players and hope you hit on one of them, right?
Yeah, let's trade up. I mean, trade up in round 1. If we're in round 2, it's the back end of round 2, and we got a couple 3rd round picks. Get back up in round 2. Let's get a starter. Let's get a guy that's gonna actually make an impact on this damn team.
Yeah, and it goes back to identifying who these players are. Who's a great player, a quality player. I go back to like Tyrann Mathieu when he was out there. Yes, he had some issues, but everybody knew he was a fantastic talent, a great player, a great football player, a guy who understood the game, excelled at the game, and people were backing off because of those issues. So just move up and get a guy like that, a guy is a good football player. Don't be scared off, and don't just move back for the sake of moving back to get more.
And when Blake Cashman is on the board,
yes,
take him. You don't trade back and get Cam Smith. You take Blake Cashman, cash money. What else you got?
You can get too damn cute at times, and Rick Spielman definitely did that, and Kwesi's not going to do that. I know he's not going to do that. He's too damn smart for that.
Smart.
We're going to move off the draft a little bit here, and let's talk about something Rick Spielman was very, very guilty of, and that is panic trades.
Yeah, panic trades. Vikings fans, I mean, I think we can all agree this is going to be a thing of the past. If anybody watched Kwesi's press conference today, the main theme of it is he puts a lot of thought into things. He is not going to be somebody that just shoots from the hip. Not only does he put a lot of thought into it, he gets everybody's thoughts into it. And if all of a sudden he comes and says, we need to trade a 4th round pick for Chris Herndon, they're going to say, that is stupid. You will not do that. And you say, hey, you're right. We're not going to do it. So I think this is the best part. What I love about everything you hear about him is how much thought, how big of a nerd he is, and how much he puts into it.
Yeah, he might ask the guy who cleans the urinals at US Bank Stadium, should I do this? And he'll actually take that guy's opinion to heart and think about it and put it in the mix. And that's what he is. That's who he is. And that's awesome because I think Rick Spielman, like, oh my God, we need our tight end. And how much do we use Chris Herndon? You use Luke Stalker more. You use Ben Elfson more. You didn't need to give up the 4th round pick.
And also Ngakoue. I mean, there's multiple.
He can come back to Sam Bradford, even maybe.
Sam Bradford. So I think we might be on the other side of this, where we're getting the 4th round pick and giving up Ben Elfson.
Yeah, I mean, oh God, I give anything for that guy. Great blocker.
Hell yeah. What else we got?
How about this? So Rick Spielman, I don't think really did. And you look at where Kwesi comes from, San Francisco, Cleveland Browns. Both those teams developed this thing through the trenches. That has to be a priority. Get strong in the trenches on both sides of the football. Make that a draft priority and hit that hard.
Hit it hard. We've seen it. I mean, the Browns rebuilt their offensive line. San Francisco 49ers, I mean, their offensive line has been fantastic. And I think he's really going to help us shore up this guard center issue that we have going on. And also on the defense side of the ball, I mean, we've got a lot of free agents going on there. It's going to be a whole rebuild there almost. So a lot of faith is being put into him. And I think that's going to be one of his main focuses. It's got to be.
It has to be. And it makes you wonder what I think his background kind of points to Danielle Hunter staying with his team. He wants that elite pass rusher. You look at what he had in Cleveland, Myles Garrett, what he had in San Francisco, Nick Bosa. So I think that's going to carry over. So I think it bodes well for Danielle Hunter staying on this team. Let's go on to the next one. How about this one? Talk to your head coach. Talk to him every
What are you,
day.
nuts?
I don't know.
Are you crazy?
Maybe. I might be.
I mean, this seems like 101, but again, going back to his press conference today, how many times do you bring up the fact that he's going to communicate? He's going to be talking. He wants to have an open relationship. He wants to hire a coach that he would want to work for. Something tells me this coach that he hires is going to need to be ready to just be a chatterbox.
Yeah, he basically said he's going to work for this guy, not with him. He's going to work for him. So that's huge. He's giving the coach who comes in here a lot of power and a lot of sway. But I mean, those two really are in each other's ear talking, hey, what do you need? I'm going to find it for you. Yeah, I think that's great. You hear about Spielman, Zimmer not talking. Was it 2 months? Was it 2 months that they hadn't talked?
The fact that they said 2 months, it probably was 4 months.
Yeah, it was probably way worse. Maybe they texted. I don't know. Maybe they sexted. Who knows what happened there with those two?
I don't know. But I mean, it's very pathetic that we even have to say this, but it's going to
communicate. Why would you not communicate? It makes no sense. And I don't know. Let's go back to the last one here. We got one more left. This 6-pack.
Another gimme.
Oh, yeah. No more nepotism. If the coach wants to hire his brother, his cousin, his uncle, his girlfriend's sister, no, not going to happen.
Unless the Belichicks all of a sudden get hired as the next head coach, ain't happening. Squash that shit immediately. The fact that this was even allowed, shame on them. Shame on Spielman. Shame on Zimmer. This is gross that it can never happen again.
It can't happen. And you hear like
let him be the ball boy. Be the ball boy.
Well, you saw the rumblings. Like the players were not happy with Adam Zimmer's promotion. They thought it should have gone to Andre Patterson. Just flat out been his job. You don't want any of that happening. Just no. It should be like a rule. Just you can't hire a relative.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. It'll never happen again. Not for at least 10 years. So I'm not worried about it. No other. I mean, you see it sometimes. I mean, like Belichick hired his son. I mean, it's fine. It's Bill Belichick, but no, ain't happening.
Absolutely. So that is our 6-pack. Those are our 6 things that Kwesi needs to do differently from Rick Spielman. I have confidence that he'll do every single one of these.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Check out his press conference if you haven't. It will give you the warm and fuzzies where you go potty from. And also remember, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Vikings every damn day.
Keep your skull in your hole. And hey, one bard, you know what a Demodex is?
Sounds like some sort of octagon.
No. A Demodex is a mite that lives in your eyelashes and comes out at night to have sex on your face.